What's going on, y'all? All right, this is an idea that's been on my mind for like 6, 7 months. I've only been into the hobby for what, not even a year, so pretty much the whole time. And I basically want to do an eight-wheeled RC tank. Okay, I was a tanker in the army on Abrams tank, a 19 kilo. Got out in 2007, and started working on tanks again. Shit, a year later as a civilian, and pretty much been doing it ever since. Still do it now. So I think tanks are cool, man. I like the concept. So I want to make a big ass RC tank from custom built chassis with pieced together with drivetrain parts from a Kraton 8S and suspension. So and wheels. So basically, this is one side I'm going to give you as an example. I'm going to build two different sides and put them together, connect them together. So basically, this is just to show you. All right, so this is really, it's about 41 inches from toe to toe. It's about 36 just past the hub inches. So that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to, basically I'm at 36 from like here, to here. So that's where I want to be. So basically, okay, so you're probably wondering, well, how's it going to steer? There's going to be no servos, all right? So basically, before I explain how I want to do this, here's a quick rundown of how it works. Just like a regular tank, there's nothing that steers. How it steers is by wheel speed, okay? One side spins faster than the other, okay? So basically, imagine if there's another side here. If the right side, this side was spinning slower and this side was spinning faster, it's going to turn right, or vice versa. If this side's spinning slower and the right side's spinning faster, it's going to turn left. It's going to push it that way. That's how it works. So that's how they steer. You don't need no servos. So that's cool. And people wondering about burning servos up and this and that and all the links. That is one wonderful thing about this. None of that shit. Basically, you have all the power steering you need, man. The most powerful servo in the world. So that's one good thing. No track. You don't need track. I'm just going to do wheels. So I wanted you, like I said, use all Kraton 8S. And how am I going to work this is one whole system, transmission, ESC, and motor on one, power on one side, and then another combination of these power on the other side. And basically, it's going to be on laterals on a set just like this. So say this is channel 1. Look, forward and reverse. There's one side. There's one ESC. It's that easy, powering off that channel. Say this is channel 3. Forward and reverse, forward, reverse, another ESC to the left. So that's the right side ESC, left side ESC. And it's that simple. And if you want to go forward, completely forward without, you both go at the same rate. And then that's when you start steering, is when one side's going slower or faster than the other. It's that simple. It's like laterals. So it'll actually be really controllable. So that's how easy it is to do it. So once I realized this, I started thinking for months how to make all this work, because I'm past this. That'll easily work. So basically where I'm at is I want to get a 4-inch wide aluminum strip, maybe a little bit thicker than the chassis, maybe this is 4 millimeters, maybe 5 millimeters, 4 inches wide by 36 inches long, 2 of them, one for the other side. I might need, I want, for walls going up, that'll be later. I might get 4 of them like that and weld them in an L shape, 90-degree angles. But I'll get to that. I might get 4, but for now, just imagine 2 strips, one there and one there, 4 inches wide, right? Now this thing's gonna be wide. Like I said, it's gonna be about 40 inches long, but it's also gonna be about 30 inches wide, man. It's gonna be wide as shit. Because here's the length of the arms. You gotta imagine this too. Okay. I think these arms are about 8 inches, right? About 8 inches, right? Then you gotta add the thickness of the tires, so you're at about 10 inches, right? So you're 20 inches wide right there. Because remember, this is 24 inches wide anyway. If I connect these arms and butt them right, it would be about 20 inches, right? But you got to add 4 inches for the plates, because it's going to sit on the edge of each plate, each side. I don't know. I hope I'm explaining this right, okay? So when you put those plates together, 4 inches and 4 inches, that's 8 inches. So like I said, you already have 20, there's 28 inches right there, plus, so you really, it is gonna be about 30 inches wide. You're gonna, I'm gonna, like I said, it's also gonna be 8 diffs, okay? 8 Kraton 8S diffs, one for each tire. And that's what I'm gonna get to, the part that I'm lost on, why I haven't started this yet, okay? So like I said, it's only gonna, no front arms, 4 sets of rear arms and suspension, everything you see here, minus what it's connecting to for the suspension. That's where I have to make custom mounts. But as far as the hubs, the rear forks, all this, 8 of these, you know what I'm saying? 1 for each set, and like I said, a diff for each tire. So now that y'all get what I'm saying, that's right there is gonna be 8. So really, this is gonna be how this chassis comes in and blocks some of the arm. Well, in this, it's not gonna do that. It's gonna cut straight across. It's gonna be completely exposed, the arms. So you're looking at some wide ass arms sticking out, some 8-inch arms, dude. And the center is only gonna be 8 inches of flatness. Because when I butt them together, when I butt each side together and connect them, weld them with a plate or something, however, and of course brace it everywhere, I'm gonna have a top. But as you can imagine, the other plate, 4-inch plate strip on the other side, they're gonna butt together. So that gives me 8 inches wide now by 36. And that's room to put my batteries and my ESCs and my UBEX and all that shit. Okay, plenty of room, 8 by 36 to put all that. So if you could imagine, this thing's gonna be wide, man, 30 by 40, if you could imagine, okay? But the chassis itself, 8 inches, 8 by 36. So I'm gonna have to make a body. Now that you can imagine that, I'm gonna make the body's gonna be like a truck body, like one of those military ones, a flatbed in the front that kind of comes straight up like this and then goes into a flatbed. You know what I'm saying? I can put whatever I want back on there later, but something simple, because I'm gonna do head tracking, FPV and everything. I got tracking, all that with the servos. I'm gonna do pan and tilt system where I can look all around, up and down, left and right, and I can see right over the hood and look down, so I have really good visibility. And I'll be sheet metal. I'm gonna make a sheet metal with like rivets or screws or something, so it'll be a sheet metal body, and it'll be light. Remember, these are good for 25 pounds a piece, and it's gonna be 50, so this thing altogether is probably gonna weigh, I'm imagining under 50, honestly. In the 40s, maybe low 40s, so it's gonna be good. And I wanna keep the factory pinion too, which is 17, so this thing will do every bit of 40 miles an hour also, and turn real good and everything, and it'll be humongous. So that's where I'm going with this, man. I want to make a badass tank one, just something that's just like, what the fuck, when you're looking at it, you know it's something crazy. And of course, it'll be FPV'd, or it can do line of sight too, normal, okay? But here's the part that I'm lost on. Like, I know I can get the strips made, and I can get people I know to weld them together, and the mounts now for the suspension, I can get all that. You know, part of it will still be on the diffs that I'm going to use, and then where the suspension goes in the upper arm, I have to make custom mounts. But that can be done, man. That shit can be machined and be made and all that. The only thing that's got me lost, and like I said, is the diffs, okay? Now, how am I going to explain this? 1 diff for each rim, right? But the way I have to do it is I got to turn, like how I have right here, how to make it work, because the motor, how you see, is going to be something like this, placed in between. That's how I have it setting. That's how it's going to start. So the first output shafts are going to go boom into this diff, and then of course the CV shaft going into there, and then another output on the other end of the diff going out to the next diff here on this, to the CV shaft here. But the only way I can make that work with the diffs isn't how they are positioned here. See how they're sitting? You know, obviously the output transmission shaft goes into the input here. I can't do it like that. I have to turn the diffs around. You see what I'm saying? I have to turn the diffs around in order to be able to make it work to send power to the other diff, to send power to that wheel. So technically, my output shaft to my transmission, right? And remember, these are going to be custom made links too, which I can have done. I'm not tripping over that too. Shorter ones, or you know what I'm saying? I can get these made too. So obviously, I'm going to have to do that. But okay, so imagine the output here, everything's normal going out, but I can't, if I have it placed like this where it goes into the normal input, then there's gonna be no way for it to go to this power, the next diff to go here. So I have to twist it around, right? Now, theoretically, this is what I'm wondering. Will this work? I mean, I know it'll work, but will it put a different kind of stress in the system, since now, which is normally my right side output to the wheel CV shaft, will now be my input. You know what I'm saying? That's where the power is going to be coming into from the transmission. Why? Because if you flip it around this way and I have the transmission power coming in there, this now I can have the, where it's the output, input, now that'll be the output to this wheel, and now which will normally be the output on the left side will be going to that, now will be able to go to the next diff, how I have that twisted, and then power to that wheel. So if you see what I'm saying, basically my inputs and outputs will be switched in reverse, but still, can I do that? Can I flip it around and do it like that? That's what I've been holding up on, man. Really, I haven't called ARMA or really asked anybody that's knowledgeable, but that's why I'm making this video now, man, because I could either get these two RC cars and drop about 1,500, or I could start off with my two systems, go on eBay and just look for two, because people putting, people are, getting rid of these and putting the, the Max 5s and all that shit on them. So, I could probably get one of these with the transmission for $300. Well, people, I'm gonna have to buy these separate, but you know what I'm saying. I could probably get a whole combination of everything for $350, $400, and then boom, got that. Wheels, there's another 300 for 8 of them. So shit, right there is 7. All my arms, think about it, all my arms and all my shocks, there's over 1,000. My plates that I have to get made and cut. So basically for about $1,400, man, I can get a really good start on the system here and buy all the main things I need minus the diffs. The guy did the 8 diffs, man. And then the other side, that's $800. So you look at it, there's more, I ain't gonna be able to get it. So basically you're looking at $2,500 to make this whole thing or more. I just need to know, am I able to do that with these diffs? Am I able to turn them around and switch the inputs and outputs? And you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I can. I don't know why I can't. And then of course on this one, there's gonna be an open, because no matter how I do it, it's only powering one wheel. There's not going out to another. There's one input and 2 outputs. So there's gonna be one open continuously on each end. The wheels on each end, actually, on each corner. And can I have that too? Can one just be open now? It's not gonna be going to another one. I mean, yeah, it's still gonna spin this, but is it gonna affect anything different, whereas it was supposed to be spinning, and you know what I mean? That's the question I have. Can I have one side open and can I turn the diffs around? Man, if anybody knows if I can do that, because theoretically I can mount them and get the custom shafts. You see where I'm going with this? I can mount them as long as, you know what I'm saying, and make the shafts and make that shit work. Mount it and make everything fucking work. I know this, but only if you're able to be able to turn the diffs around and switch from, you know what I mean? I don't have to switch anything internally like I'm saying, but now, you know what I'm saying, the direction of what the output and inputs were on them. If that doesn't matter, if enough people tell me, or if someone's like, no, that does not matter, you're good to go, then I'm ready to pull the trigger and probably start making this shit, man. It's irking me. I really, really want to make it. I don't see why I can't. So, all right, man, somebody give me some feedback on this shit, because I'm ready to get down and I'm just ready to do something different, man. And all right, please let me know what you think.